Grand Cru and Premier Cru are French concepts. Premier Cru is supposed to be an exceptional vineyard. Grand Cru is the best of the best in terms of historically it produces the best fruit every single vintage. A lot of people trace that back to Burgundy, where monks over hundreds and hundreds of years mapped out which plots were the best for Pinot Noir and Chardonnay, and a little bit of Aligoté and Gamay. You'll see Grand Cru written on labels all over the world. That usually designates that producers think that this is the best vineyard, but it's only written into French wine law and German wine law. In Germany, they call Premier Cru Erste Lage, and then they call Grand Cru Grosse Lagen. And here today, I have 4 different wines from the same producer, one of Germany's great producers, actually, and a producer that's really kind of fallen out of favor, fallen out of popularity in recent years. And I don't know why. I think these wines are outstanding, and I'm going to taste the difference between them and then 2 other wines in the portfolio. This producer belongs to the VDP, which is a group of about 200 wine estates, some of Germany's best, although I have to admit there are some great producers outside the VDP in Germany as well. My German's terrible, but I'm going to try to do this. The VDP stands for Verband Deutscher Produktweinguter. Maybe if Constantine's watching, he can make fun of me and get this right. VDP has its own set of rules versus German wine law. Even the cru, the vineyard designates, are a little bit different. I have to admit, though, I do like the VDP's labeling system. It's a lot more clear and easier to understand than traditional German wine law that labeled wines by sugar ripeness. I know terms like Cabernet Ausschließe, Beeren-Ausschließe, Trockenbeeren-Ausschließe really is intimidating to a lot of people. In the VDP system, if you have those on the label, you know that the wine's going to have a little bit of sugar. For dry wines, you have a distinction because the Germans wanted to make it more Burgundian. You have Gutswein, which is the house wine. Then if you move up the period, you have Ortswein, which is the village wine. It means you can blend grapes from all over a surrounding village. Then you have the Erste Lage, which is the Premier Cru. Then you have the Grosses Gewachs, which great growths, which comes from Grosse Lagen or Grand Cru vineyards. These are supposed to be the creme de la creme. I personally like to buy Erste Lage because I think that it offers the best value for money in terms of approachability now and ageability. The grape we have here is Riesling, one of the world's greatest grape varieties, or the greatest grape variety in my opinion. I like it sweet, I like it dry, I like it sparkling, I like it young, I like it aged, and here today I'm really going to treat myself to these Rieslings. We're going to see if I can pick out the difference between Gutswein, Ortswein, Erste Lage, and Grosses Gewachs. I already did a video like this with white Burgundy, namely a Chablis producer, where I did a basic Burgundy versus the Village with Chablis level, then a Premier Cru and a Grand Cru. I thought the video was a lot of fun, and let's see what happens with Riesling here. A lot of times people get burned when they buy Grand Cru wines or even Premier Cru, because a lot of times, especially if they're French, these wines are designed to be aged. However, when it comes to Germany and Austria, I think they do a great job of, as you move up the quality tier, the wine is going to be better, even young. That's been always my opinion. We'll see how this shows blind, though. All right, tasting out of my Gabriel Glas Standart edition, Universal Glass. I think this is going to do really well. Once again, I knew what these wines were before. Ahead of time, I just corvin them, had somebody mix them up for me. Let's get tasting. A lot of people get confused and think of Riesling as a sweet wine when really most of the world's Riesling is actually dry. Not everything on the shelf in America is going to be dry. A lot of those cheaper Rieslings are sweet. Let's start out with wine 1 here. Why I love Riesling, baby. Apple blossom, lemon, just a touch of yogurt, mineral. A lot of people associate diesel or petrol flavors with Riesling. In terms of young German Rieslings, a lot of times these wines do not have those flavors. That comes with evolution, and I don't get any of that here. So these are young wines. This smells tangy. I love Riesling because for me, I used to be hooked to lemonade when I was a kid. I was addicted to lemonade. That's probably why I had so many cavities. And Riesling is like adult lemonade. Riesling is known for being crystalline, linear, focused. This is good. It's mouthfeeling. It's not as precise. This leads me to believe when I taste right away that this might be the house wine, the Gutswein. Gutswein is meant to give the style of the house because it's not as laser focused. It's not as chiseled. It's kind of like me. It has a little bit of flab that I'm still working on getting off, but it's good wine. Let's move on to 2 here. 2, definitely is a little bit more explosive, has a little bit more mineral type notes. It's more slaty. It's not as fruity. Yes, I do get the lemon, but it's not as fruity. I think more slate type here. Man, this is going to be more difficult maybe than I thought. But it definitely feels more explosive and focused. When you have kind of a more inexpensive wine versus a higher quality wine, it's almost like having fruit. If you have a fresh apple compared to one that's been laid out or maybe bitten off for a few days, that bitten off one tastes a little bit dull where the fresh one is so crisp. 2 is awesome. Shoots right down the palate. I think 2 is a better wine than 1 was, but I don't know what quality level it is yet. We'll have to taste 3 and 4. Let's move on to 3 here. 3 is a little bit more muted compared to 2. Still, there is a nice blend. Like, number 1 was fruitier, 2 was more mineral. This is like a balance in between. I think number 2 is the most explosive so far. These are broader, richer Rieslings, not laser focused like you get sometimes from the Rheingau. Again, I knew where this producer is from. This is from a region where the Rieslings are a little bit more generous. I think it's an exceptional quality wine. Is it? But you know what? It's kind of broad. It's not as acidic. Like, maybe is it Grosses Gewachs? Because a lot of times I find that producers are making Grosses Gewachs almost like Chardonnay, a little bit too big. You know, with all the talk of global warming, that has actually helped Germany, where Germany was so far north, they needed great exposition in terms of vineyards to get the grapes ripe, and they couldn't get them completely ripe every single year. Now, with climate change getting warmer and warmer, every year is pretty darn good in Germany for the Riesling. I still think 2 is a better one. Let's go into 4. I like 4 a lot. Really flinty. Really flinty, clear, crisp. Mineral, it's like everything that I want in Riesling. Yeah. It's still got the lemon, it's got some green apple. 2 and 4 are my favorite. This is late, this is pinpoint, this is laser sharp. It's got that tension that's what I love about Riesling. That tingliness on the side of my palate, on the sides of my mouth. 4, so I think 2 is a better wine, but 4 gets me quite excited, so I think it's good value for money, and it's drinking young now. Let's go to the reveal, shall we? If you like this content, I would like you to consider becoming a channel member. I have several tiers, but in the Grand Reserve tier, I have a monthly live hangout tasting where we talk shop, share wines. It's really difficult to find family and friends that are into wine like you and I are, and that's what this community is. There are perks for other members too, and it supports the work I do here, so thank you. Let's go to the reveal in terms of preference. I'll start out with wine 1, which I think was good. I gave it 89 points. I just wanted a little bit more. I just wanted a little bit more sharpness, a little focus. I think it's the Guts wine, but I don't know, again, sometimes I see Grosses Gewachs. They don't show as well young because you're really supposed to age them. But I'm going to go 89 points here. Let's take a look here for wine number 1. This is not the Guts wine. This is the Erste Lage. Remember, I said that I love Erste Lage wines for value for money. This is the Müller-Catoir Bürgergarten Riesling 2023. This comes in around $40 in the U.S. I gave it 89 points. I thought it was the Guts one. So the Guts one, somebody's going to get tremendous value for money here. I have historically loved this wine in the past. Müller-Catoir is one of the great producers in Germany, in the Pfalz, in the south of Germany. I think they're on the 5th or 6th generation of family wine growing. I know the Erste Lage, the Grosses Gewachs are aged a little bit in neutral wood. And I'm really shocked. I gotta taste that again. I am always a fan of this wine. It's good. It's just not bringing the electricity. I said, that's the power of blind tasting, man. That is the power of blind tasting. Okay, these next 3 were pretty darn exceptional wines. I thought that number 3 here, now I'm all confused. Anyways, number 3 here, I gave 92 plus points. I thought it was very good. I thought because it's a little fatter, it could be the Grosses Gewachs. That's, that's because sometimes that's what happens with these wines. I thought 2 was the Erste Lage, 92 plus points. Let's take a look here. This is the Grosses Gewachs. This is the Müller-Catoir Bürgergarten in Breumel. Grosses Gewachs 2023. This comes in at $70. Again, a little riper, a little fatter. Again, these wines are supposed to be aged. This is their only Grosses Gewachs at the moment, if I believe so, in terms of Riesling, although they have a new vineyard, which may become a Grosse Lagen soon. Excellent wine. Again, I said it was a little bit fatter, so it needed time. And yeah, so we're going to have a major upset here. Though, to my credit, Erste Lage Grosses Gewachs, they're designed to be aged, to be approached younger. So, whatever. I'm just justifying myself. Let's go on here. Man. Wine number 2 has everything I want about Riesling. I thought electricity. I thought it was the Erste Lage. I thought it was the Premier Cru. I gave it 93 points. I thought it was very good. 93 points. This is the Ortswein. This is the Müller-Catoir Haardt Riesling 2023. This comes in at $32. I think this is delicious. This is consistently a great wine in their portfolio. I gave their Ortswein a higher score for me personally right now than the Grosses Gewachs and the Erste Lage. 93 points. That's no joke. You got to be kidding me. I'm going to retaste number 4 here to make sure I did not make a mistake. This is the Gutswein. It's sharper, more acidic. I gave number 4 94 points. I thought it was either, well, I don't know. I think it's very good. So you're getting ridiculous value for money here. This is the Gutswein, 94 points. This is the Müller-Catoir. This is just the standard Riesling. This is 2023. This comes in at $25. Müller-Catoir is really nice because on the back they put if it's a Gutswein, an Erste Lage, or a Grosses Gewachs. If you want to look for VDP producers, you just look for this eagle right here. And I don't know, man. Once again, that's crazy. Again, though, I don't know. So tell me, what do you think about Premier Cru versus Grand Cru versus Village wine? Have you had Müller-Catoir before? Do you like Riesling? Are you as surprised as I am? I'd love to know. And I'll see you in the next video.